here with another episode of I Got Next podcast. It's just me and Gas this time for this episode. You ready?
Yep, let's get into it.
First thing, the 49ers trade shaked up draft. We'll get on to the other trade later on, but the 49ers trade was the first trade that shaked up the whole entire draft picture. Like, I already had a plan of all the mock boards and stuff. Like, oh, this play is going this play is going there. But, like, now I just don't know which play is going to go where. So the draft goes like this. The 49ers get the number 3 pick while the Dolphins get the number 12 pick, a 2021 third-round pick, and a first-round pick for 2022 and 2023.
Yeah, I think Dolphins win that trade, honestly, especially when you combine it with the move that they made with the Eagles later. So, it looks like the 49ers want to draft a quarterback, but I've also heard that they're sticking with Jimmy G. So, I don't know, maybe they'll draft, like, one of these young guys and sit them under Jimmy G for a year and see what they got. I don't really see the plan here for the 49ers, and they gave up a lot. So, I think they might have lost this trade. Dolphins doing smart business as usual, draft pick accumulation and stuff. And then they traded right to the Eagles. They trade back up to the 6th pick and give up some of the stuff that they got from the 49ers, but they're still keeping a lot of it. And they're still going to probably land one of those wide receivers that they need for their wide receiving core, either Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, or Kyle Pitts at that position. So really smart business from the Dolphins.
Yeah, I was going to go into that trade later on. Like the Eagles trade with the Dolphins. The Eagles got the number 6 pick. And no, not the number 6 pick. They traded the number 6 pick to the Dolphins, and the Eagles received a 12th pick and a 2022 first-round pick for next year.
And they, exchanged third-rounders, right? Eagles moved up in, the 3rd round or something.
Yeah.
Or they moved up some round. No, not the 3rd round. Probably, the 4th or something. That's not too big of a deal. But what I like here, I think it's actually smart business by the Eagles. And I think a lot of the Eagles fan base is on this automatic, whatever Howie does, I have to think the opposite of it because we all hate Howie. But this was actually a good move, in my opinion, because we're looking for a wide receiver, right? We can still, at 12, wide receivers still going to be there, it's looking like. Even Jalen Waddle might make it there. Or one of the big names might even drop. You never know in the draft. So we're still going to address that. Plus, we get a first-rounder for next year. And the thing is, we're not one draft pick away. This team isn't one draft pick away from being good. It's a lot of draft picks away from being good. So getting more draft picks was actually a smart move. We have 3 first-rounders next year. Good business, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like the trade a lot because, you don't know because – even though Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase are really good players, it's too risky to take a wide receiver that high up in the draft. Because recent past shows, taking a wide receiver that high in the draft don't really work out a lot for the team.
I've seen mock drafts where Devonta still drops to 12. I like Devonta, but things that people are saying is that his style might not even translate to the NFL because can he get off the line versus physical corners?
Yeah, that's what I worry about too.
He's a little guy. So in Alabama, they always had him in motion before the snap. He was always moving. So that helped him get off the line. But, we'll see how it translates to the NFL. Plus, a lot of people are saying if not for the injury, Jalen Waddle would have been the guy. And Jalen Waddle will be at 12. And I wouldn't be mad taking him either.
Yeah. Yeah, but we think that a lot of Eagles fans wanted Jamar Chase because, I've been hearing that the whole entire year. You think he's going to fall down for them or?
No, not Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is too – there's not really any question marks about Jamar Chase. That's the thing. Devonta, it's he's little or something. Or Jalen Waddle, it's he's been hurt, But Jamar Chase is kind of the full package. So I don't anticipate him dropping to 12.
Yeah. But I like this trade a lot, but I just don't know what the 49ers are doing because they don't want to
give. I think the 49ers lost here.
Yeah, because because now I'm totally convinced that Zach Wilson's going to take number 2, and the Jets are going to give up on Sam Darnold. I'm just convinced about that now after seeing
Zach Wilson's pro day was like some of the throws they have these guys doing at their pro days now. Like that's not like it's just ridiculous. It's like running one direction, throw a deep ball down the other sideline. It's just these throws that these guys can make nowadays. But yeah. So the hype about Zach Wilson is real, and I would say that like with quarterbacks I like in the draft, I do like Zach Wilson, but a lot of it is where you land. And if he goes to the Jets, he's going to face a lot of the same problems that Darnold had. It's still not a good team. I mean, they strengthened their wide receiver core a little bit, but offensive line is still shocking, So he's going to be under constant duress. So,
Yeah, I won't be mad. I won't be mad if they take pin out Sewell with the second pick, and like try to keep Darnold for another year. But because either way, they can take a quarterback or take alignment, take pin out Sewell. I won't be mad either way.
Okay, if the Jets take Penei Sewell, I like that for the Jets first of all because swapping quarterbacks isn't going to do too much. I feel if the rest of the team isn't there, he's going to have the same problems that Darnold had, and he'll probably get killed like Darnold did, and his confidence will go down like what happened to Sam Darnold. But if they draft Penei Sewell, then the 49ers made a really, really good move because I would love Zach Wilson to the 49ers because Zach Wilson to me has like Mahomes level arm talent, but Mahomes sat his first year. Mahomes wasn't ready to start out of Texas Tech. Mahomes said he couldn't even properly read defenses until like after his MVP season. So I think Zach Wilson would do really well sitting like a year under Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, I agree. Because the only
then I might have to say Zach Wilson might be the best quarterback of this draft. It's a lot about situations.
Mm-hmm. It all depends where you get drafted at. Because I'm trying to get one for example. Like Patrick Mahomes was just in a good situation when he got drafted to the Kansas City Chiefs. He already had Alex Smith as starting quarterback. The offense was already good around him too. So when Andy Reid felt he was ready enough to be on the team, he just came in his technically his first season. He played one game in his rookie year, but it's technically in his first season won MVP. So
yeah, so but what you don't think about a lot of the time is the busts that are hard to name that could have landed somewhere else and been good. Like maybe some of these quarterbacks that went to the Browns all these years. They could have been good if they landed somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Man. But I just don't know where Kyle Pitts is going to land. Would the Dolphins actually take him even though they have Mike Gesicki as tight end?
I heard that they might. And, like New England likes to run like a bunch of 2 tight end things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Brian Flores is from New England originally. And that would be a pretty beastly 2 tight end. And they have decent wide receiving core now because they have Will Fuller and Devontae Parker and maybe a third guy. I'm forgetting a name here. But
I'm pretty sure they have it's like something Grant Senior. I forgot his first name.
I don't know. But they have a decent wide receiving core. They could use another top guy, maybe. They could use Kyle Pitts. I mean,
yeah, but that would be bad for the wide receiver gets taken because he's gonna be the third option. Well, if he was getting taken by the before the Will Fuller sign, he could have been the second option. That would be great. But now he's gonna be the third option. But if you were the Eagles, you're gonna be the first option. So
yeah, man, I'd love to have a marquee wide receiver here. I could just imagine Devonta Smith being here, and he would be our guy that would get us league-wide acclaim. He would be the guy that kids think it's cool to have his jersey and stuff, and they want to do catches like Devonta Smith. So I think he could be the number one guy for many years to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I just don't doubt of some of these top receivers falling down because for example, 2018, I was looking past through my own mock drafts. I had Cortland Sutton, Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore, all getting taken like in the mid first round. Calvin Ridley got taken in the late first round. DJ Moore got taken the pick before that, and Colin Sutton didn't get taken until the second round. So you don't really know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I think come draft day, these wide receivers aren't going to fall. I think with the mock drafts, they get more and more accurate over time as we learn more and more things. And I'm seeing that the wide receivers are falling down, and the quarterbacks are always moving up to the top of the draft. Zach Wilson, a guy that wasn't projected as high, he's now up. Justin Fields is down a little bit. Trey Lance is probably number 3 on most teams' quarterback rank list. And then there's like 3 good offensive linemen that are probably going to go top 15. So now the wide receivers are going to be there. There's probably 3 star wide receivers: Waddle, Smith, Jamar Chase. That's probably in reverse order of how they're going to get picked. And Kyle Pitts, who's like a tight end with wide receiver skills. So I think Eagles are in a good spot here.
Yeah, but with this trade, do you think the 49ers gave up on trying to trade for Deshaun Watson, or they're going to try to use this pick to trade?
I think nobody – I think every team that was in on Deshaun Watson is out now because you don't know how that's going to be sorted. He could get a league suspension, could be worse than that. So, yeah, it's gonna take a long time before that Deshaun Watson thing is cleared up.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to play football for a while, I imagine.
Yeah.
Manny.
It's like 20 cases right now.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's some ridiculous number. It's looking really bad for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that kind of hurts me a lot because, I wanted Deshaun Watson on the team. But, we can run with Drew Lock one more year. I won't be mad. The Broncos run with Drew Lock for another year.
I heard Broncos might be in for a trade, maybe get up, or they can just see who falls to them. A lot of the Panthers are right in front of you, which is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So they might want to jump them, I hear, just because Justin Fields is that 4th quarterback and he could go,
I like Trey Lance or Justin Fields. I'm going to take Mac Jones because, the way you say it's all about positioning.
Oh, dude, Mac Jones. I haven't even thought about that. It would be a little bit of a reach, but if you really believe in the guy, he'll have good wide receivers. He'll have a good offensive line.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear the reason why I don't want to take Mac Jones because I don't want to hear everybody else always saying how the Broncos always take the most unathletic white kid who's tall. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. Trevor Siemian, some of the other quarterbacks over the years, I forget even their names. Paxton Lynch.
Mm-hmm. Brock Osweiler.
Yeah. Even starting with Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm. Because you know that the first black quarterback on the Denver Broncos was Kendall Hinton?
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They've been a franchise for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know about Trey Lance to the Broncos because you think he's ready to start right away as he gets into the NFL out of North Dakota State?
Yeah, that's what I'm worrying about.
Didn't play any games last year?
Mm-hmm. So I won't be mad.
Justin Fields, on the other hand, he's been in these national championship games, big bowl games, Big 10 games. So I think he'd be more ready day one.
Under the right system, he can be good. That's what I'm excited about because either gonna be Trey Lance or Justin Fields with if they I got a feeling Trey Lance and Justin Fields if the Jets don't take a quarterback and the 49ers take Zach Wilson, it's gonna be Trey Lance or Justin Fields between the Broncos and Panthers pick. I won't be mad if we take something else to build up the team if they're confident about Drew Lock or confident about still training for Deshaun Watson, but I'm pretty sure I hear a lot of teammates saying they're confident in Drew Lock that he's gonna have a good year, but we don't know yet. I feel like if we can do this, if we can sign a backup quarterback to motivate him, to push him
a little bit.
Yeah, I won't be mad if we get What's the kid? Oh, what's the kid's name? Nick Foles. That won't be a bad idea. But that's
Nick Foles at this point, though, is like whoever he becomes backup quarterback for, that quarterback has to be looking over his shoulder all the time. I mean, that can be a good thing, but some people can crack.
Yeah, but there's other names like. Oh, sorry. There's other names like. I heard people say we should trade for Teddy Bridgewater to have as our backup, or I forgot the other names, but there's a lot. There was a lot of others that I like. I'm like, man, these are actually good, solid players that we can take as our backup to motivate Drew Lock. So, sorry, I'm a little tired.
Speaking of signing a veteran backup, let's just get this in real quick. Joe Flacco to the Eagles. We were just talking last week about should the Eagles sign a veteran backup to challenge Jalen Hurts. I think this is the perfect level of challenge for Jalen Hurts. I want someone that is respectable, but Jalen Hurts will probably most definitely end up beating in the end. You know, Ryan Fitzpatrick, he started on a lot of good NFL teams. So, and he started just last year. So that's a little, you know, that is some competition. I wouldn't mind if we had him, but, you know, he's with the Washington football team now. But Joe Flacco has the experience. He has a lot of things that he can teach Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts should easily beat him. If Jalen Hurts doesn't beat Joe Flacco, then he doesn't deserve to be the quarterback of this football team. But I'm glad we're not just handing the job to Jalen Hurts. Like, here you go. You know, your backup's Nate Sudfeld. You got 100% job security.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I like the signing a lot because, like, a lot of people say, "Oh, we should get oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name, Fitzpatrick." I'm about to say Mika Fitzpatrick, but Fitzpatrick. People say we should get Fitzpatrick, but I feel like he's a little bit like Nick Foles, a little too intimidating for younger players. Like, like if Jalen Hurts had one bad game, Eagles fans would be like, "Oh, start him." But like, I don't really see Eagles fans yelling out, "Start Joe Flacco." Like,
yeah, they're not going to be calling for his job like that. That was the thing with Carson last year. As soon as we drafted a quarterback in the second round, like the calls for Carson's job started early on in the season.
mm-hmm.
Which got
I saw a sign of that, like Bengals versus Eagles game where they lost. Well, not lost. They tied in overtime. Like, that's when I start hearing the calls for Jalen Hurts. So
yeah,
it's kept on louder and louder and louder. So yeah, but next thing, let's keep on rolling through. You know, the Buccaneers are reloading their team. They franchise tag Chris Godwin, sign Rob Gronkowski, sign Leonard Fournette, sign the whole entire defense back.
Right.
They're reloading. The only person they didn't sign yet was Antonio Brown, but there's rumors that about him might link up with the Seahawks. Like, Russell Wilson was trying to get rid of Antonio Brown before link up with him, but we will talk about that more later. But do you think what team NFC can beat the Bucs?
Well, first let me say there are some teams in the NFL that I believe are playing with the cap salary off, and the Buccaneers are one of them. I would have never thought that they could have gotten all of these great players back, but somehow they did it. And what team in the NFC can beat them? Let me think of all the NFC divisions. Well, I just think they've certainly got to be the favorite. You know, I would say like Packers, but Packers do the same thing every year. Championship game and done. Saints with Jameis is an interesting thing because I really do believe in Jameis. I think he has the arm talent with better decision making after a year under Drew Brees now, and that's in division. So we'll have to see how they play. Nobody out of the NFC East is going to do it. NFC West, Cardinals just still seem a little bit away. Seahawks, obviously, there's some turmoil in the franchise there with their offensive line. 49ers don't even know who they're going to have a quarterback. And last team out of that division.
Rams.
Rams, okay, they're looking to make a championship push. They traded for Stafford and everything. So if you made me pick one, I'm going to say the Rams.
Yeah, you stole my whole entire thing. The Rams are going to be my team. Okay, the Rams have like the top, I think the best defense in the league right now with Aaron Donald and the D line. You got Jalen Ramsey in that defensive back core. Like, it's elite. Like, just having Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey on the same team just changed the whole entire game situation. And then they have a good young running back in Cam Akers. That's gonna be great for them a lot because you know how he was playing the playoffs last year. He did good. And then you got Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. That's nice. And then
getting the tight end Tyler Higbee. He's good too.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for reminding me. And also you got Matthew Stafford. They got last year and. Matthew Stafford, even though he haven't had a playoff win, I'm pretty confident that he can because if he can always, if like the way that he played in Detroit, like if he can win, like not win games, but put up the stats that he did in Detroit, where not as well that has I'm not saying weapons because he had King Galloway and Megatron, but I can't really say the reason why he didn't really win that much. Maybe because like the team didn't really build around him, and I'm pretty sure
it's just Detroit. It's just Detroit. That's just not a winning football team. It's one of the few teams that have never been to a Super Bowl.
Detroit been in the league since 1933, and they haven't been to a Super Bowl ever. So
something about that franchise as well. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Matthew Stafford. I've always said some of the throws that he makes, if Mahomes did it, it would be on SportsCenter, 24/7. And I'm interested to see him get a shot here. He's been a trooper. He's played through injuries. He's mentally and physically tough. So I think he'll fit well with this team.
Yeah. So that's the reason why the Rams' defense hasn't actually improved on their offense, like a tad bit, but like sorry. Gosh, sorry.
What time you go to bed last night, Manny?
Like 3 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
But one problem I had with the Rams, what they did last year, trading away Brandon Cooks for no reason. Even though he's still a good wide receiver, he's still in a solid age range over there too. So, but
probably had something to deal with the cap or something like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you know it's funny, a former Rams player who's currently still sitting in free agency. 3 years ago, he was Offensive Player of the Year. Now he's struggling to get on the team right now. Todd Gurley. You think any team will try to reach out to him?
You see, I don't know. He fell off pretty hard. I mean, like he's basically has arthritis or something. I don't even know. But he's as far as I know, I mean, obviously I don't know him, but everything you hear, he seems like a good guy. So I'd like to see him get a shot. But is he ever going to be that same Todd Gurley? Like Todd Gurley back in his heyday, he was a beast. But I don't know if he'll ever be the same.
Yeah. I hate to see when players fall off. Like it seemed like he fell off.
That's the thing about running backs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people are very cautious about giving them the second contract because they do have like a certain shelf life, you know.
Mm-hmm. There's like reason why, like for example, Barry Sanders, he retired right before, like he retired like when he was like 30 years old.
Like, well, I think he still had gas left in the tank. I think.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like he retired early.
Yeah, I think he just kind of like fell out of love with the game.
Mm-hmm.
But guys who get like beat up and like can't, like Todd Gurley is having a hard time physically keeping up with football. Mm-hmm. That's his problem. That's the thing. You sign these running backs to like a big second contract. Are they still going to be productive?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the most injury prone positions because they just have to run right through those gaps and, you know, constantly getting hit.
Yeah, I agree. So like that's why I was like a little worried. That's why I was a little worried with the Aaron Jones signing and the Ezekiel Elliott signing.
Yeah, Aaron Jones, they got like for a fair deal. Ezekiel Elliott they're regretting it already. He was bad last year. The thing that they should have known about Zeke Elliott is they should have seen some of the things that he's done, some of the off the field issues that he's had, and just the way he behaves sometimes, and also a work ethic problem. Like he seems to have gained a little weight. He seems to not be trying so hard in the off seasons. So, and it seems to be like a little bit more about him than the team, or his brand than the team. So,
Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
but the thing about Aaron Jones is like Aaron Jones seems to be like a straight arrow, like super nice guy. So he's not like Zeke is this brand who he cares about. And he hasn't had the off the field issues that Zeke's had with like, I'm not even going to talk about what Zeke's done, but we all know.
Yeah, I agree. But Adoree Jackson signing with the Giants. Sorry, I almost forgot the team name. The Adoree Jackson signing with the Giants. Do you like the signing or not?
Well, I like Adoree Jackson, but it's paying a good player like kind of great money. Like they did pay a hefty fee for him. I don't know the exact number right now, but they did pay a hefty fee for him. To be fair, they did need corners. But I'd say in general, the Giants had a good offseason. Good offseason.
Yeah, I like the Giants offseason a lot. It definitely improved a lot of places. Like, improved their defense. The contract was 3 years and $39 million for Adoree Jackson. So improve a lot. They got King Galloway. I feel like they didn't have to pay him as much as they did, but you still got Kenny Galloway, and that receiving core looks nice. The only problem is what if the O line? The O line is going to be good, and
They
like
could definitely draft some O line this
yeah,
year, especially now that they got that corner out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're at 11. They'll probably end up drafting O line.
Mm-hmm.
What did they draft last year? Did they draft O line last year?
Yeah, but remember they took what was that kid's name? Took him like he wasn't
It was
supposed
kind
to.
of a reach.
Yeah, he was a big reach. He did. Everybody thought they was going to take Tristan Wirfs or I forgot.
Tristan Wirfs was a beast. Super Bowl champ his first year, so.
Mm-hmm. Tristan Wirfs and the guy on the Browns too, because those were supposed to be the top two linemen going out.
Yeah, I forget the dude's name, but I feel like he has this really basic name. It's like two first names. I feel like his name is like Will Thomas or something. We can look it up real quick.
Yeah, you can look it up. I'm still talking, but
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, but he wasn't like the guy the Giants took. He wasn't supposed to take him that early, but at least he was. At least he wasn't a bust like that Titans lineman. The lineman that the Titans took, who only lasted like a year in the league. So,
and he's even out now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his name was Andrew Thomas, offensive.
Andrew Thomas, that's the guy the Giants took. Yeah, I'm getting the Browns, who the Browns and Bucs took, because I know both of them are way much better. I know Tristan Wirfs is one of them, but
yeah, Bucs took Tristan Wirfs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can look the Browns lineman up real quick for me, but Andrew Thomas wasn't really the best selection. They reached a lot because you can see. I was watching the draft, and you can see how everybody was just shocked about them taking Andrew Thomas over Tristan Wirfs and other guy. So, but I feel like they definitely need to take a lineman this year. That would help a lot. And then also another problem is Daniel Jones. Is he going to be good? You have a lot of people having so much confidence in him, saying that he had a better season. You know what I'm looking at? I thought he has the same season as Drew Lock and played the same amount of games as Drew Lock. So
yeah, well, let's see. I mean, people think, oh, Drew Lock has weapons now. He's automatically going to be so good. But like, not Drew Lock, Daniel Jones, but some of the decision making is just, not there. If you see some of his interceptions, you're like, why would you throw that ball? Mm-hmm. So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But to be fair to him, due to that bad offensive line, he's under pressure a lot. Has to release the ball a little bit quicker, making bad decisions.
Yeah.
The guy for the offensive lineman from the Browns was Jedrick Wills Jr.
Cedric Wills, thank you. Those were like the best two from the draft class that I'm thinking of right now. I'm pretty sure there's a third one, but the offensive line draft class last year was
Good. It's a good offensive line draft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but our news: Kareem Jackson is running back with Denver Broncos and making the defense look more and more scary. Guess your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I like that. But what I was listening to, it still said what I heard yesterday was the Broncos still could use maybe another corner because your secondary, if I'm not mistaken, was not too good last year.
Yeah, but getting Kyle Fuller and Bryce Callahan, we got rid of AJ Boye, and also we got Ronald Darby and our rookie who did amazing in place of AJ Boye, Michael. I can't pronounce his last name because it's kind of hard. If you're a Broncos fan or you know who I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about here. But
okay, well that's just what I was hearing, that you guys might be looking for one more. But anyway,
it was Mickey Beckton. That's the third left offensive tackle from last year. I forgot what team he went to.
Oh, Mekhi Becton. He went to the Jets, didn't he?
Yeah. Okay, that was the third good one too.
Yeah. For the Broncos, it's good to get help in the secondary because look at the division that you're in. Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Derek Carr. Those guys are all going to want to throw the ball a lot at you. So definitely important to have secondary in that division.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. I just feel like if we can just build up our defense, we can have the same, not championship run, but playoff run that we had in the past with our Orange Crush defense. If Drew Lock can just be a capable quarterback for us, like I'm not asking to be Patrick Mahomes right now. I'm just asking for like at least something like Kirk Cousins right now. So that's all I'm asking for him. So
yeah, true. It's a really good roster that you guys have. So,
but T.Y. Hilton re-signing back with the Colts. You think your thoughts on this one?
He's an old head, but yeah, that'll be good for Carson Wentz. Another good wide receiver. So
yeah, another receiver that decided not to sign with Lamar Jackson. But as a receiver that decided to sign with Lamar Jackson, Sammy Watkins. Your thoughts on this one?
Man, Sammy Watkins, he's bounced around a little bit in his day. Had a successful time with the Chiefs. Yeah, I mean that's probably the kind of wide receiver talent that they're going to be stuck signing. I mean, he's not a number one, that's for sure. He's going to be a number two to Marquise Brown probably.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're a Ravens fan, this is probably still not the wide receiver signing that you were hoping for. You were hoping to get one of the big guys. You didn't think you were going to come away with Sammy Watkins at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think the moment that hurt like that, and I know that the Ravens weren't going to get a wide receiver when Allen Robinson got a franchise tag, because like I think that was the only one that was betting on and didn't really think about anybody else. But when he got a franchise tag like that, they're like, oh man, they started going in panic mode, try to get everyone else contracts, but no one else wanted to go. I know that people are spreading lies about how Juju and T.Y. Hilton, they just didn't want to play with Lamar Jackson. But the thing is, Juju didn't want to play with Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Lamar Jackson because they all pay him more than what the Steelers are paying right now. So get that out of the way. And T.Y. Hilton, the Colts just paid the Ravens more just to stay with the team. So
yeah, and Juju signed the 1-year deal with the Steelers, right?
He could have been playing with Patrick Mahomes and win a Super Bowl, or play with Aaron Rodgers.
Or Aaron Rodgers, that would have been dope. But I think he really does like Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. And once he heard Big Ben is in for like another year, he wanted to run it back because they're very upset with how their season ended last year. So he has some loyalty to that franchise, even though other teams are going to pay him more money for longer. And he still has flexibility if it's a 1-year deal, like I'm pretty sure it is with the Steelers, right?
Yeah.
Once Big Ben is out, he can leave as well, because once Big Ben is out, the Steelers have a lot of question marks. Even they have a lot of question marks with Big Ben because he's kind of past his prime by a lot. But this is kind of interesting. I'm just going to mention this now. Did you see the Chase Claypool video?
Oh, I forgot to add this. Him getting the bar fight.
It's fine. We're talking about it right now. I mean, What was that about? I don't have any context to the video, but I just saw him kick the dude on the ground.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure like a dude punched a girl. One dude got mad about it and started going to fight, and then Chase Claypool also got between it. So it's kind of weird because like you see everybody like around like 5'10" stuff try to fight each other. Then you see a big dude like Chase Claypool who's like 6'3", gets in the way, try to swing a little bit. I'm like, yo, Chase, you gotta stop doing that before you you get suspended. I'm pretty sure it wasn't really serious. No one got arrested or anything. It's just like a typical bar fight.
Yeah.
I don't see anything from the league getting mad at it right now. So
yeah,
but doesn't really look good for Chase Claypool. The coaches are going to talk to him about that. So, and like this bar fight, the video came out like a couple of days ago, but the bar fight happened like weeks ago. So,
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. But Jayvon Clowney is meeting up with the Cleveland Browns. You think if the Cleveland Browns can get Jayvon Clowney, you think this will help their defense up a lot?
Yeah, it's certainly going to help their defense. I mean, they were looking at J.J. Watt as well. They were in the hunt for J.J. Watt too. So they can have like Jadeveon Clowney on the edge alongside Myles Garrett or something, just to get more pressure on other teams' quarterbacks. But Cleveland is in a tough division, which you have to keep reloading to stay in it every year. If you're not improving, everybody else is improving. So net, you're actually getting worse. So definitely a signing that they can consider. Yeah. For the right amount of money. Yeah.
I agree, because I feel like they miss on a chance of getting a lot of these defensive players. Like J.J. Watt, you also can say they messed up getting Kyle Fuller and Adoree Jackson to improve their corners, because that was the big problem for them last year. The only person they had was Denzel Ward. And
I like Denzel Ward. That's a Buckeye right there.
Oh my God. Yeah, but only having Denzel Ward out there didn't really help the team out a lot in the playoffs, because guarding Patrick Mahomes and eventually guarding a Patrick Mahomes Chiefs team still couldn't play great defense stuff in that game, because we could have been saying Bills versus Bucs in Super Bowl, but thanks to the Browns, they sold. But
yeah, whatever.
But I feel like them missing up on these defensive players, like even you can say Ronald Darby too, but missing up on, and who else? Like another defensive player. Yeah, the defensive players, all the defensive players who went to the Patriots too. They missed up on a lot of them, but getting Jayvon Clowney would be a good improvement. Probably not, even though he's not in his prime like years past when he was on the and stuff, but maybe if he can get the same level of production like when he was on the Seahawks 2 years ago, that'd be great for them. And then the Bears, Chicago Bears. We already know about the Andy Dalton signing, but it never makes it even better. No, I saw this on TikTok too. It's not just Twitter. On Twitter and TikTok, on Twitter they tweeted out QB1 with a face of Andy Dalton, and on TikTok they posted a video of Andy Dalton signing his contract. Yo, we just got QB1.
Well, that's interesting, because when they signed him, their Super Bowl odds actually went down. To be fair to Andy Dalton, he's got experience, and he did start a big portion of last year for the Dallas Cowboys, so it's not like he's in somewhat of form or shape. But it's definitely not the QB1 that Bears fans were hoping for. They were hoping for Wilson. They were hoping for Watson. They end up with Dalton. And it looks like another 8-9 or 9-8 season now with the 17-game schedule. So looks like they're just going to be middle of the pack. They're tremendous defense, wasting another year with an offense that can barely move the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was on the defense, like, you already saw Kyle Ford left the coop like that, I was just trying, like, yo, I want to get out of here. Like, especially for a play like Khalil Mack, I was like, yo, I want to go. Like, put me on a contender or something like that. Or at least with all offense, too. Like, you know. Because the amount of time they just fumble the bag, too. It's just.
And their defense was so good last year. They always kept them in games. They kept it close. Like, I always felt like, you know, the Bears have somewhat of a chance because their defense will keep the score down. You know, their defense is going to allow around maybe 21 points, like 16 to like 21 points a game. And that makes a lot of games winnable for you. But that offense was just so anemic. Like, they could not move the ball with either quarterback. I mean, they had flashes with maybe Nick Foles, but even towards the end of the season with him, it was the same problem.
Like, only time like they actually had a chance was 2018 when they lost to the Eagles in the first round.
On the double doink.
Yeah. That was like their only chance because that team was looking great for them right then. No one really had a problem with Mitch Trubisky. Everybody liked him at the time, but now he will always be
a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, he was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, people weren't really making the jokes like they do now. Like, oh, you could have had Watson, you could have had Mahomes. You know, they were feeling pretty good about themselves with Trubisky at that point.
Mm-hmm. But he will always be known that the Bears traded up for him and drafted him with the second pick over Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. And I know that Deshaun Watson was like was supposed to be like the number one QB in the draft class. I was surprised that he was the third QB taken right there, but coming out of that national championship game too. So, is he a national championship champion too?
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and Clemson. I remember.
Yeah. So, and Dabo Sweeney said at that draft, he said, passing up on Deshaun Watson is like passing up on Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, you know.
I mean, Deshaun Watson has that kind of talent, but, I mean, let's see what happens now.
Yeah, but let's get on to the NBA. Okay, I want you to grade these trades right here. I'm going to pull them up real quick, but these NBA trade deadline was this past Thursday. A lot happened. You know, it wasn't as exciting as years past, but we still got some interesting trades going on. So with the first trade that came on was this midnight. It was like not midnight, like 12:01 on that Thursday. I'm sorry. Okay. Delon Wright got traded to the Sacramento Kings for Corey Joseph and 2 second-round picks.
Well, this is just like a trade for the sake of making a trade. I mean, it's fine for both teams.
Okay. But, you know.
I'll give it, let's just say, wait, say it one more time.
Delon Wright got traded to the Sacramento Kings for Corey Joseph and 2 second-round picks.
Yeah, this is just, I'll give it a B because, I mean, you're kind of just moving parts around. Second-round picks in the NBA draft. Mm-hmm. Might as well not have them. Those guys are going to play in the G League, so.
Hey, remember, Nikola Jokic gets drafted with the second pick. And speaking
yeah, there's the few exceptions, but.
Yeah, but JaVale McGee going to the Nuggets for Isaiah Hartenstein and 2 second round picks. I feel like this trade helps out the bench a lot because like they lost Mason Plumlee last year. So
yeah, I'm gonna say this is like an A- move for the Nuggets because Javele McGee always had the jokes about Javele McGee and stuff. Shacked in a fool and everything. But really, he's a really serviceable backup. A champion on 2 different teams now. He's a good backup. Rim protection, good. Size, good. So
Yeah.
I think Javele McGee has outgrown the jokes now as a 2-time NBA champion.
Mm-hmm. I agree. No more tragic Bronson alert for him. So Nikola Vucevic, the big trade. Nikola Vucevic and Alfred Amino to the Chicago Bulls for Wendell Carter Jr., Otto Porter Jr., and 2 first-round picks. Your thoughts on this trade for East teams?
Well, I'm gonna say the Bulls won this trade. But the thing is, the Bulls are 19-24, and the Magic are even worse. So, on trade deadline, I'm hoping to see trades that are like, this contender just added 1 more piece, and they're looking solid for a championship run. But this was just 2 teams. The Bulls are barely in the playoff pictures. The Magic are about,
After losing
dead bottom. So this trade really, I don't even know what to think about it.
Yeah. I like this trade for the Magic because they still get a young big man who's good too. Wendell Carter Jr. He's not a bum, okay. Getting Wendell Carter Jr. But one person I feel bad, trading away Nikola Vucevic, you actually get Mo Bamba can get some starting minutes, but now you get Wendell Carter Jr., who's a better big man than you, same age too, from the same draft class, and you get 2 future first-round picks, which I'm pretty sure they're top 5 protected. So, still, you get 2 future first-round picks. If you can be like the Magic, be like the Thunder and stack up draft picks, you can build yourself a team again. And Otto Porter Jr., he will be good if he was on a contending team, but he's like, no, he won't really help the Magic future because he already had Jonathan Isaac in that position. So,
I like the trade for the Bulls because they have Zach LaVine. That's like their number 1, right? Mm-hmm. But now they have another all-star, 2-time all-star, Nikola Vucevic on their team, and a real big man. So that could be like a 1-2 punch there, kind of. Really, it's been Zach LaVine on his own, but
yeah. And I heard a lot of news talking about him getting Lonzo Ball, but they didn't get Lonzo Ball. It seemed like Lonzo Ball's going to stay. He said that he's going to stay as a Pelican and try to re-sign with the team. So, yeah, but honestly, them getting Lonzo Ball, not getting Lonzo Ball, I wasn't really mad because I like Kobe White on the team too. Kobe White's a solid player, and the best thing about this Vucevic trade, they didn't get rid of Lauri Markkanen too. So.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Having Lauri Markkanen. The only person they gave up was Otto Porter Jr., who was their small forward. But they remember they drafted Patrick Williams with the 4th pick, even though everybody didn't really like that selection too. But taking Patrick Williams, even though they could have Isaiah Okoro, but we're not gonna talk about that. But I don't know why. In my feeling, right now the Bulls won this trade, but later on in the future, the Magic are eventually gonna love this trade eventually because they haven't been the same since. I'm not going to, because I'm a huge Marco Fultz. I'm not saying this because I'm a huge Marco Fultz fan, but they have been the same since Marco Fultz got injured.
That's true.
Because they were
looking good. Didn't they start 4-0 or something?
Yeah, they started 4-0 and then torn his ACL out for the whole entire year. I just felt like Marco Fultz was that playmaker that the Magic wanted on their team. But as soon as he got injured, it all went downhill. And the team drafted well too. They drafted what's his name? Is Greg Anthony? Cole Anthony. Yeah. Drafted Cole Anthony. He was a solid point guard, or you can put him as a shooting guard too. He can come off the bench for them. He's a solid scorer too. And after getting rid of Evan Fournier, we will talk about that later. But if they can draft a solid 2 guard to pair up with Marco Fultz too, another shot creator. That'd be nice. And then maybe someone to replace Aaron Gordon, or if they're going to keep Otto Porter Jr., they can put Jonathan Isaac as the power forward. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Mo Bamba and him.
Is Jonathan Isaac even back yet?
No, he's still injured.
Yeah.
Well, with Jonathan Isaac, he's good, but he's always injured.
Yeah, they got a lot of good pieces though.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
So that's why I feel like the Magic won this trade in the future. But right now, the Bulls are winning this trade. The Bulls don't make the playoffs. They lost the trade, so.
Yeah.
Remember, Vuevic is 30 years old.
This is probably a time for me to say this. Like, this is why I hate the NBA, like, regular season. Like, look at the standings. The Bulls are 19-24, yet they are on the fringe of the playoff picture. Teams with losing records are going to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is not how it should be. We should have less teams in the playoffs. Nobody cares about a first round. Nobody wants to watch the 1 versus the 8 or the 2 versus the 7.
Yeah, and remember the new rules that the 9 and 10 seed can compete for a first round, compete for the 8 seed, right? Yeah.
Is this like a permanent thing that we're going to do going forward?
I won't be mad because, like, the only reason why they did it is because, like, years past in the Western Conference when you had teams like the Denver Nuggets with the 9th seed and, like, the Denver Nuggets were a 9th seed having a better record than the 5th seeded Wizards. So that's why people
But still those teams don't win. If I were the NBA, I mean, they're obviously not going to do this because money talks. And more playoff games means more money. But let's say top 5 from each conference make it. And there's a wild card game between 4 and 5. Or like a 3-game series. That would be so much more competitive. Because even 5th in the Eastern Conference is about 500. You know, I don't like to see below average teams making the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's why I can't watch regular season basketball because it doesn't matter. The Lakers can have a period where they're missing LeBron James, where they're missing Anthony Davis, and they're still going to make the playoffs, and they're still going to beat everyone no matter what seed they are.
Yeah, you saw that in League Pass, like when LeBron was on Cleveland.
LeBron will come in as like a 4 seed, and he's still going to whoop you. Because the only home court advantage, if you're the 1 seed, the only home court advantage is you get 1 more home playoff game.
Yeah, and with 7-game series this year when COVID's going on, so
right.
You can have your little your standees, cutout standees, or your 5,000 fans there, or your videos going around, but it's not the same feeling as before. So, but let's get on. Let's continue. Let's go forward, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Boston
Sorry, little rant.
Boston Celtics trade Jeff Teague and 2 second-round picks. I don't know why everybody's money hungry for all these second-round picks, but maybe the draft is looking good for second-rounders. But Evan Fournier is now a Boston Celtics, and the best thing is, okay, when he tweeted out.
Oh no.
Yeah, don't look up. But he said, if you guys don't know who I am, just look up Fournier on Google and go to images. Don't go on images. That's what I'm telling you guys right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A little troll from him there. See, this is a fine move. I mean, a little bit more depth. I'm gonna say it's a B for the Celtics. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't help too much. Fournier is a solid player. The thing that I'm saying right now is the Celtics are going to be a dangerous 7 or 8 seed, or like wherever they end up, because they'll probably have a better second half of the season, I anticipate, because they do have a good team. But imagine like the Sixers, because even though they've been on a tear without Joel Embiid, let's say they fall down to the 2 and the Celtics stay at the 7 where they are right now. Mm-hmm. If I'm a Sixers fan, I'm scared of that matchup. Yeah, I'm scared of that.
It's always owned the Sixers in past matchups, so.
Yeah, so.
And they do add like a player like Andre Drummond, which we will talk about later because he's a free agent right now, but we can talk about that later.
Wow, that'd be a great move for them because, I don't think you're going to win a championship starting Daniel Theis at center.
He's not on the team anymore. You trade him away.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I forgot what trade was, but it was like one of these smaller trades.
Well, who's their big man now?
Tristan Thomas.
Oh, 6'9", 6'10", big man. Okay. No, but like a guy like Andre Drummond who can grab like 15 boards a game legitimately, like I think that'd be a great addition to them.
That's going to help out the team a lot, but Rajon Rondo got traded for Lou Williams. Your thoughts on this trade? Because I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think this is an L for the Clippers. Lou Williams said himself he was kind of shocked by how they just let him go. He's been a staple in that franchise for quite a while now.
I feel like him, Montrezl Harrell, and Montrezl Harrell and Patrick Beverley was the reason why Kawhi and Paul George wanted to come to the Clippers, because that bench was so elite
and scrappy and played defense, and they had like this identity of being scrappy and playing defense. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily Lou Williams, but the other two. Mm-hmm. The good thing is Lou Williams gets to go to Magic City whenever he wants now, which is nice.
Yeah. Honestly, I can see Lou Williams retire at the end of the season. He already talked about retiring, but he still say he has a lot of gas in the tank. But I wouldn't be mad if he retired, because like after what happened, like, because he was talking about years past how he never had like a home. He's on the LA Clippers was his home after getting traded from being on the Lakers, getting traded to the Rockets, getting traded to the Clippers, like for like the past 2 years. So
yeah,
now he found a home there when he signed that 3-year contract with them. But
it's a business.
Mm-hmm. You always learn that. But him being a vet, so it won't hurt Matt that much. But right now, because he already knows that league is a business. So, but next thing, Aaron Gordon getting traded to the. I'm trying to pull the full trade.
Yeah, look that up, because this is a big one.
Okay,
the Magic really had a fire sale.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Gordon traded to the Nuggets for Gary Harris, R.J. Hampton, and a first-round pick. Your thoughts on this one?
Man, Magic got a good haul back for that one, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who won this one. I mean, the teams are looking for different things. Obviously, they're on completely different ends of the spectrum. The Nuggets are looking to go all in the championship this year. The Magic are looking for pieces to rebuild. The one thing that concerns me is that they just lost some 3-point shooting in that deal from Gary Harris. They lost some 3-point shooting.
Yeah, Gary Harris has been selling them like a lot. He hasn't been good like when he was like 3 years ago. So I feel like they didn't really lose that much from training with Gary Harris, in my opinion. But
and their first rounder is gonna be late first round, so that's not that big of a deal either. Because you do see a lot of busts late first round. So
I like them getting R.J. Hampton. Oh my God! Sorry, he's
later in the afternoons.
He's gonna be a good backup point guard for Marco Fultz, or maybe put him in the shooting guard position too. We don't know. But I like them getting R.J. Hampton. That's the only reason why I like this trade a little bit. But like after that, like the first round pick's the late first round, so it's good. But the rest of this trade, like I didn't feel like they didn't get better. It didn't feel like they didn't get better offers. I feel like they could get better offers from different teams too. So I got a feeling if they trade with the Celtics, they probably got better offers, because like Celtics have more valuable draft picks too. I'm pretty sure they still have like some ownership on like the Kings draft picks or the Grizzlies. So yeah, but also they could have got like the young players they drafted in this past draft. But it's a good pickup for the Nuggets.
But this might be an interesting time to mention this. Let me find something real quick. Mm-hmm. I do believe that Nikola Jokic has jumped both LeBron and Joel Embiid in MVP odds by like the odds makers in Vegas. I think he has jumped them now. He obviously has tremendous stats. I don't know if he's missed a lot of games, but as far as I know, he's been playing through a lot of the schedule with amazing stats. He's going to have more games played than these guys. And when you think about most valuable, look at the Sixers and Joel Embiid's absence. Early in the season,
That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt him a lot.
yeah, that's going to hurt his MVP candidacy. Early in the season, when he would sit out a game, it was like almost written off as a loss. But right now, they're on a heater without him.
Yeah, because that mindset thing like that, like, is the team good without him? Like, that's the reason why players like Russell Westbrook won MVP, because like, oh, take him off the Thunder, they're gonna be competing for this #1 pick. So
okay, I've pulled it up now. Mm-hmm. Nikola Jokic is at -125 for MVP. Closest after him is Joel Embiid at +600.
Ooh.
So that's quite a jump there.
Yeah. Are you allowed to say that, James Harden?
No. I can't imagine voting for James Harden after the way he forced his way out of Houston at the beginning of the season, throwing a little temper tantrum.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how he gained weight and then lose weight in 2 days.
He was wearing a fat suit or something. I don't even know what he was doing.
Yeah, but let's talk about the 3-team trade right here, okay? I like this trade because, helps my Thunder out a lot. So, Philadelphia gets George Hill. Saw a backup point guard for them. I like it. Didn't get Kyle Lowry that like they wanted, but they got George Hill. This is the
thing, though, with the Sixers, man. They're first in the Eastern Conference. This could be your year. Oh, who are we going to get? Are we going to get Kyle Lowry? Are we going to get some sort of help here? Like a lot of these other guys that went around? Like, I don't know. Let's just say Aaron Gordon or something. I don't know. We need a little bit more shooting. Or we weren't really looking for Aaron Gordon, but that's just a name that I'm thinking of that moved. But they're never willing to go all in and make a big deal for someone that would actually help their team. They always make these small, little, tiny deals that we're content with. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. The teams that are getting rewarded in all sports are the teams that go all in, like the Lakers, like the Bucs. They had their star, they got their star, and then they put everything in around him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with that, because like last time when the Sixers actually did that, they were literally one game away from making to the Eastern Conference Finals with Jimmy Butler.
Right. They got Jimmy Butler for a half a season loan. Yeah, you gave up a lot to get him for just half a season.
But they really gave that much, too. They only gave up Robert Covington and Dario Saric. Dario Saric, I'm pretty sure he's not playing the league right now, and Robert Covington's on the Trailblazer. So they didn't really give up too much to the Timberwolves.
Did they give up any picks as well, or I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they gave up the Miami Heat pick, but that pick became like a late first rounder because that was the year when they made the playoffs. So, yeah.
Okay, but I'm just saying, these are the trades. This is like the type of trade that you have to make at the mid-season point when you're going to make an all-in push to be a contender. If you're on the fringe, like the Sixers.
Yeah. Yeah, which I definitely agree, too.
Like, look at the Nets. They got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in free agency. Then they said, we are going to make an all-in push for the championship. It's championship or bust. Mm-hmm. They have no future. The Nets have no future. Once Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden are done, the Nets are going to stink for a long time. But at least they might have one championship banner. While the Sixers, they might stay good for a while but have never been great. And they won't have a championship banner. And the championship banner lasts forever.
Yeah, which I definitely agree on. Getting James Harden, because they have no bench right now. And they trade all their draft picks away. They're all committed. You see in past years when they the Rockets want to win now. They get Chris Paul. They get Russell Westbrook. Same thing with the Thunder. They wanted to win now with Russell Westbrook, so they got Carmelo Anthony. They got Paul George. Carmelo wasn't working. They trade him away for Dennis Schroeder. The team looked better, but that's what teams do. They try to do a big trade. That's why you see teams like, for example, the Portland Trailblazer. They don't really move anywhere because they don't really make a big trade for those players. They always sign the players that they want, but they're not really true players like those superstar players like they wanted. So that's
these teams might be one guy away. These teams might be one guy away from like truly unlocking their potential, but
yeah.
Sixers are scared for some reason.
Yeah,
It made
but
a big deal.
best part about this George Hill trade that we got Tony Bradley. Okay, I'm feeling confident about Tony Bradley. The way that he's been playing for the Sixers since Joel got out, like good young bigman for us. So that's not a bad pickup for us. And also we get our 2nd-round picks too. 2 2nd-round picks. So that's like our 4th trade today with 2 2nd-rounders.
Yeah, man, these 2nd-rounders are flying around. These 2nd-rounders are going to be like our Madden draft where like 5 teams have the whole round or something.
Yeah, but the best part of this, okay? So the Thunder currently have 17 first-round picks and 17 2nd-round picks for the next 5 years.
Man, I'm like the thing about having that many picks is like you can't even have that many guys on your squad, right? So you're gonna have to. So guys are gonna have like a short time to prove themselves before the next group of draft picks come in.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm worrying. Like, because it could be like the Boston Celtics where they have too much talent on their team. Like you saw.
Yeah. And I mean, okay, so maybe like the first 2 or 3 years you use those draft picks to sign players, but then if you get solid players and you feel like you have a solid team, then you can use those draft picks as like to get in on a blockbuster trade.
And also, like, bro, by 2023, we're gonna get LeBron James too. So,
only if you draft Bronny.
Mm-hmm. We draft Bronny. LeBron's on the team. We're winning a championship, right?
That would be so strange to see LeBron in Oklahoma. Like he's been to Cleveland, but Cleveland is where he's from. But besides that, Miami and LA, and now he's spending his Friday nights in Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Not really the same.
Look,
not really the same.
You pull up in Oklahoma, we will treat you right. We give you the best, like, we give you the best food. Okay, like there's a really nice Tex-Mex restaurant that I like to go. It's called Ted's right now. So like, if you want to pull up, and also Sonic too. Like everybody loves Sonic, with the milkshakes.
It'd be interesting
mm-hmm.
if when the LeBron James Jr. draft comes around, if mock draft analysts are actually talking like, let's say you have the first pick and like you say, okay, Bronny is like the 5th best prospect, but if you draft Bronny, there is a 90% chance that you will get LeBron James. So that's gonna raise his draft stock, even though he might not be the best player available.
You're not wrong about that. You're definitely not wrong about that. We don't know if Bron's going to won't come into 2022 draft class. That's when they're allowing high schools back in too. So, which is honestly, in my opinion, I think it's going to be the best draft class of all time because you get the college prospects and the high school prospect coming in all in the same time. So that draft class is going to be stacked.
Yeah, man. But these high school, like, I'm just thinking about. There's a lot of guys who are top-ranked high school guys who go to college and they don't really pan out as you think. So it is important to see a lot of these guys at the next level. So like these high school guys didn't always pan out. But yeah, I'm a little bit worried for a few players that come directly out of high school. Like that is such a huge jump.
Because it don't really work out for some of these players. Because there's a lot of players who made that jump and regret it ever since. Like, I should have played 1 year in college, but I wanted the money now. Like,
I remember Cassius Stanley was, like, the number 1 high school prospect going to Duke.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's, like, a 10-day – now he's, like, a 2-way contract guy.
Mm-hmm.
He did not make that jump when he went to college.
I didn't know he was in the NBA. I thought he was in the G League, but, like, I didn't know he was drafted by the Pacers until the dunk contest. I'm like, oh, the kid's on the Pacers? Really?
I didn't even think he got drafted by the Pacers. I think he got drafted by the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is so crazy. And I think he was the number 1 draft pick, the number 1 prospect in his high school class, or at least top 10.
Like, remember, R.J. Barrett was the number 1 prospect in that draft, in that high school class over Zion Williamson. It was R.J., Zion, and Cam Reddish. So, I always remember that. He was R.J. Barrett was always number 1 over Zion in high school.
Yeah, but they did that. They did they did go to college, but I mean they did a cool thing and all teamed up. That was so dope that 1 year.
Mhm.
sad thing is you only get one run at it, and they didn't win the championship. So,
Yeah.
and these kids are like, I love their posts when they leave after 1 year. They're like, Duke Blue Devils for life. It's like, dude, you played there for 1 year and you're leaving. Shut up.
This team, this team felt like family right here. Okay, we've been together. Like another player, for example, like I know we were talking about players who wasn't good, but a player who wasn't good in high school or weren't really knows in high school. A lot of star players right now: Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, like
Damian Lillard.
on top of my Damian Lillard too. Those players, C.J. McConnell, like those players that comes to mind. If they didn't go to college, we don't like.
Well, first of all, they would have never been looked at in a draft if they declared for a draft after high school.
Russell Westbrook was lucky. He was this close by going to Stanford for engineering school. So he got that call. Damian Lillard went to Webster State. I didn't know that was a D1 school. But he was averaging 26 points a game in that for 4 years on that team. So that's how he got noticed. C.J. McCollum went to
John Morant.
Oh, John Morant, thank you. John Morant didn't even start his AAU basketball team. He went to Murray State. Murray State sounds like a D2 school, but it's in the it's a D1 school. Okay, it's a D1 school to get remind everybody. But John Morant, and then you got C.J. McCollum going to Lehigh Valley. Was it?
Or just Lehigh, I think.
Oh, just Lehigh. Lehigh going to Lehigh, and making that playoff push, and then Steph Curry with Davidson.
So that's the thing. So that's just what we're talking about with the high school draft. This wasn't really the topic we were on, but we just got kind of sidetracked. Mm-hmm. But just with the high school draft, it's like there is a big step up to college, and some guys can make their draft stock going to college, and some guys can break their draft stock going to college. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I also agree. But let's get on to the next topic. Norman Powell getting traded to the Blazers for Gary Trent Jr. and Rodney Hood. Your thoughts on this?
Well, the Trailblazers are in it this year, and they're a solid team. So, this is an all right move. Norman Powell is very serviceable, but the guys that they gave up aren't shabby players too. So they kind of gave up like 2 decent players for like 1 good player. We'll have to see how it plays out, but
yeah,
Norman Powell's been there, done that, especially in the playoffs. So
yeah, I like them getting Gary Trent Jr.
He looked good in the playoffs last year. I remember in the series versus the Lakers, he thought he could match up with LeBron for some reason, but he's a good player. He's all right.
Yeah, but I like this trade. I like this trade a lot because it helped the Raptors. Because Gary Trent Jr. is already good, but going on Toronto Raptors player development team, he's gonna become a good player, great player for them. So.
Who's the other name that the Trailblazers sent the other way?
Rodney Hood.
Rodney Hood. Okay, he's been in a lot of places. Good 3-point shooter.
Mm-hmm. Then, honestly, this is my favorite trade of all because I think this trade is actually going to make a game-changing move. Dick Oladipo to the Miami Heat. Basically trade him for nothing, okay? I don't even remember the players. It doesn't – the screenshot for that the notification of that screenshot doesn't even show the player's name. I don't feel like looking it up, but it was nothing. They basically had nothing. Let this sink in. The Rockets basically trade James Harden for nothing.
Yeah, well, the thing that I see now is – well, the thing that I heard when this trade was made was they got Victor Oladipo, and they held on to Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson. Mm-hmm. That is the most important thing. Mm-hmm. So they're looking good again. I mean, again, another team that is –
Sorry. But they also added Bellisa, the forward from the Kings, who's a solid 3-point shooter too. So that's a big deal. Replacing Myers Leonard too. That's what I saw from that trade.
Well, they're a scary 8 seed again. One of these teams that can get in on the fringe. If you're the Nets, if you're the Sixers, scary.
Yeah, I can see the potential line with Kendrick Nunn with point guard, shooting guard, Victor Oladipo, small forward Jimmy Butler, power forward Precious Achiuwa, and center is Bam Adebayo, because the rookie Precious Achiuwa, I'm probably saying his last name wrong, but he's been playing really good for him too, playing really good for them, making the starting lineup for them. And then you got bench players. You got Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Gordon Dragic, Andre Iguodala, Belisa, and so on and so on. So this team's looking good right now. This I can see this team making it back to the NBA Finals, upsetting teams like the Brooklyn Nets. In my eyes,
I'm not going to say that. I think what they did last year was a little bit special. They kind of came a little bit out of nowhere and had a lot of upsets, but they could definitely pull up like an upset series. If let's finish the second half off good. If they get to like the 6 maybe, they could be an upset contender.
Yeah, but I'm always going to go by this. Knicks are going to beat the Nets in the first round. Let's watch.
But they won't even play the Nets in the first round.
If they do, they will.
Okay.
Trust. Okay? If the Knicks play the Nets in the first round, the Knicks will win.
That'd be a tough series, bro. The Battle of New York series.
And then the Knicks fans will be like, yo, KD should have went here. But I just hopefully the Knicks won't screw this up. They won't go out and try to sign a big free agent to ruin the whole entire team. Because they always try to do this in years past. Or trading all their young players away for that one guy. Like the Carmelo Anthony trade. They could have waited for Carmelo Anthony for free agency. He had 6 more months. He was going to come to New York too. But they traded the whole entire team away for Carmelo Anthony. So, but the Mavericks get JJ Redick and Nikola Melli, while the Pelicans get James Johnson and Wes Nwadu and a second round pick, another second round pick going away too. So, your thoughts on this trade?
I like the Mavericks getting JJ Redick. JJ Redick is such a solid veteran presence in the locker room, and he can still ball. So, I like that move for them.
Only if this trade happened last year where JJ Redick can continue his streak of making the playoffs. But sadly, that streak got ended this last year on the Pelicans. But JJ Redick's always a solid player to get around, good shooter too. So, good person to replace, after losing Seth Curry too. So I'm pretty sure, that's all the trades that we have for today. But let's talk about the buyout market. Lamarcus Aldridge got buyout. We already talked about how Andre Drummond got buyout. So where do you think those two players are going to go?
Oh, man. There's so many possible destinations. But I'm just going to say this one because I already said it earlier. I don't even know if there's talk about this one. But I'm going to say Andre Drummond to the Celtics because I think they need a big man now. Getting rid of Daniel Tice. And, I mean, you said their starting center is Tristan Thompson. I mean, Tristan Thompson is like 6'10". I think they need a little bit more size. Man, I think you're on mute. Oh, 1 second. Okay. And then Lamarcus Aldridge. I don't even know where he's going to go. So many possible destinations. I could probably look at some rumors right now while we wait for Manny. Heat emerges front runner for Lamarcus Aldridge. Now that's interesting. Add to their depth. We were just talking about them. Interested teams for Lamarcus Aldridge here. It says Heat, Lakers, Clippers, Nets. Bunch of contenders. Interesting. To Lakers. But Andre Drummond. Knicks, Lakers, Clippers, Celtics, Hornets. Okay, so Celtics are in on Andre Drummond. I'd like to see that.
Sorry about that. My boss was calling me asking if I was supposed to be working.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no problem. But I just looked up some of the potential landing spots for these guys. Here, what I'm reading, it says For Lamarcus Aldridge, it says interested teams: Heat, Lakers, Clippers, Nets.
I like to see him on the Heat. That'd be amazing. Him being on the Heat.
Yeah, but for me personally, because
you're a LeBron sexual, you want him on LeBron's team. Gets you there? Oh, let me. Gets you there? Gets you there? You there? So, okay, guys. So we have a little technical difficulties right here. Gets computer crash. So you just have the manual show right here. So while we're waiting for Gets, I'm probably just gonna cut all this out. Okay, Gets say he's coming back, but in my opinion, I think that Lamarcus Aldridge would be a good fit for being on the Miami Heat. Miami Heat already has a good team. Being on the Miami Heat will help out the team a lot. But also being on the Celtics would be great for the team because they can use him as a center or they can use him as a power forward. That'd be amazing for the team. And then him being on the Lakers already will help him out a lot because you can see a line with him as a power forward with Anthony Davis as center. But Anthony Davis doesn't like being center, but that'd be the best line for them right now at the time. So while I'm letting Gets back in, so I feel like Lamarcus Aldridge would be a great fit beyond the Miami Heat. I was talking about Lamarcus Aldridge. So
yeah. So what I was gonna say before I crashed there, besides the Heat, I'd like to see Lamarcus Aldridge because he doesn't have that ring yet, right?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't have that ring.
So I'd like to see him go to one of these top contenders. I'm talking Lakers, Clippers, or Nets. Now, if he goes to the Nets, I'm obviously going to make fun of KD again because KD needs his stack deck to win. I could see him going to the Clippers, and the Lakers are always smart about deals like this, so I wouldn't count them out on it either.
Yeah, and then LeBron would be like, "Yo, you want a ring? I got you." Okay.
That's how LeBron recruits, man.
He gets those rings.
He gets those veterans, that you need, like the Rajon Rondos, the Dwight Howards of the world, to join his team to get that ring that some of those guys have been wanting. Rajon Rondo already had one, but
now Dwight Howard can retire as an NBA champion. Might be a two-time champion with the Sixers, but you don't know yet. But Andre Drummond be on the Celtics, that'd be amazing. That's what I'm excited about. Andre Celtics, because
it fits perfectly in my opinion.
With him on the team, but that would be scary for the Sixers because having Andre Drummond, even though Joel Embiid owns Andre Drummond, Andre Drummond has real estate in his head, but owns I feel like that team's already well built or well coached about being the Sixers because I'm saying Brad Stevens versus the Sixers. Brad Stevens always wins those battles too, so hopefully they can get Andre Drummond. But also another team I like to see him on is the Lakers. Him grabbing LeBron 15 boards, getting those second chance shots for LeBron and AD, that'd be amazing.
True, and the Lakers don't really need another big because they have Marc Gasol, even though he's been underwhelming for what they probably thought they were going to get. And AD himself is already 7 foot tall, so they do have some size. But, if they make the move, I'm still in for it. I still like it.
Yeah. Yeah, but let's get on. We've been talking about Lamarcus Aldridge and Andre Drummond for a while.
Yeah, you could maybe trim that down if you want. Like you got the call, I lagged out, so we were probably repeating ourselves a little bit there, trying to make up time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Kyle Lowry not getting traded at all.
Well, what I think is just the Raptors were asking for way too much. I mean, the guy is in like his mid-30s. So, and what I heard from the Sixers was like somebody said like 4 first rounders or something, or like 3. That is just entirely too much for Kyle Lowry what he is now. I mean, he's a legend to the Raptors, but for other teams, they don't have that sentimental value to him. So they were just asking for too much at the end of the deal to get a deal. At the end of the day, to get a deal done.
Kyle Lowry thought he was going to be on a different team, so I was surprised that he didn't get traded quite yet.
Yeah, man, it would have been a great story to have him here, but for the right price. Don't overpay for him.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I would be like, usually I'd say this thing that I said earlier, like, the Sixers don't want to go in for a big deal because they're scared. But this time they actually couldn't get the right price, and they walked away from the table smartly.
Yeah,
the deal.
I respect that. It's not, you don't really want to overpay or overshoot for someone, so because that could be something like what the Thunder did with getting Carmelo Anthony, like gave up a lot. Didn't give up a lot, but still getting Carmelo Anthony at that type of age. You don't know how he's going to be doing in the future. So remember, Kyle Lowry just turned 36 years old. So
yeah, geez, man. Mm-hmm. I did not think he was that old until I heard it in the trade rumors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I really thought he was going to be a Sixers because, like, in the agenda, I was already typing this up earlier, and now I'm like, oh, Kyle Lowry on Sixers, like. And then when didn't see him get traded, I'm like, oh, I need to change that up. Like, but that's I want to talk about this one thing. So, Gets, like, you like NBA trading cards?
Well, I wasn't necessarily like an NBA trading card guy, but like I used to be big into soccer trading cards or these sticker like books where you would get the sticker packs and you would try to fill the whole book with the stickers. So that was always my thing when I was a kid.
Yeah, I did the same thing with the sticker thing too, and also had some NFL trading cards too. I don't really have too many good players. I think the best player I had was Tim Tebow. I have 2 Tim Tebows.
Oh, that's dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's the future. Okay, everything's online now. And the new thing online is called NBA Top Shot. Basically, you get it's a virtual pack opening right here. We have not YouTube, but you have NBA clips that cost like over like thousands of dollars. Like the most expensive NBA clip is Zion Williamson getting a rookie block. So you get some pack over here, grab a pack, build an epic collection right here. Let me see, I can pull some up. So right now there's some sold out packs right now. A base pack costs $9. Better pack costs $14. And let's see if we can see some. Let's see what's on the marketplace right here. So right here, some packs for example, a common tier is like, let's check these common tiers out. So a common tier pack right here would be,
or just common tier players, yeah.
Yeah, common tier players will be here. Show some. Here's a clip of Anthony Davis dunk over here. Anthony Davis dunk right here. Anthony Edwards dunk over here. Zach LaVine dunk over here.
Man.
Yeah. So and these are $23. The lowest tax for those. Wait. So let's go to the legendary one.
Yeah, let's go to legendary. Dude. This is gonna be ridiculous.
Right now, Kobe White layup is worth $3,000. Gordon Hayward layup worth $2,000. Jason Tatum 3-pointer worth $8,000. Rudy Gobert block, $15,000. I just want to see what's the most expensive one. Probably.
No. Go back. Lowest ask ascending or lowest ask descending? That's probably price. Oh, there we go. Nice.
$250K for a LeBron James dunk. Let's see if I can click on and see what's the clip.
I'm actually wondering if people are buying these.
Okay, here we go.
Whew.
So yeah, there's people actually buying these. I heard I'm pretty sure I heard the biggest offer someone got was like $1 million for like a Zion Williamson rookie block. Here's one block right here. I'm pretty sure it's like this, but the person's not selling the block because he's waiting for it to cost more. I saw this all on ESPN, and I recently watched like a YouTube video from one of my favorite YouTubers about it. I'm like, and I saw on ESPN, I'm like, yo, we probably should talk about this on the podcast. So yeah, like John Morant's dunk on Aaron Baines right here cost $240,000 for the lowest price. Top sales $100,000. Like that's just amazing right there. So
yeah, that's mad.
And like
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but like I get the satisfaction. To me, like the satisfaction was always like completing these collections and kind of having it like physically. I don't know if I'd get the same satisfaction from having these things digitally.
Yeah. Yeah, but I agree because like having those cards, like it's cool to show off your friends and stuff,
or trade like here.
Yeah, but like
although I didn't really get to trade because I always did the soccer collections and nobody over here cares about that stuff. But
yeah, I agree with you right there. But I just don't really think about it. Like I don't know why people like try to sell like they don't feel like satisfied. Like I saw a couple interviews where people was talking about it, like, oh, the best thing is we get money. Like I don't really care about these packs or anything. Like I'm getting millions of dollars or thousands of dollars from an NBA clip. So like that's what I'm saying. Like you can get an NBA clip off of YouTube for free while you can sell the same NBA clip for $1 million. So
yeah, and somebody has to be buying these things. Somebody with a lot of money has to be really interested in these things and buying them. So,
yeah,
I don't understand how the demand is like there and stuff, but if there's a large enough community, I think it's a pretty dope concept, honestly.
Yeah. Well, guts.
Yeah, I had one last thing to plug. It's actually starting like in a minute. The first Formula One race of the season is this weekend. Qualifying is today for starting positions tomorrow in tomorrow's race. Manny, if you have you're about to go to work, right? Okay, I was gonna say if you had some time, you could have hopped on it right now, but I'm gonna go watch this right after we're done here. Formula One. So it's the best racing. It's like the premier racing series in the world, and you can watch on ESPN too. And in years previous, there's been a problem with a lack of competition where only the top team could win. But this year, it looks to be a lot tighter, and we're going to find out more after this first race here. And we could have a new champion after we've had the same champion for like the past 7 years running. So it looks they've made new rules now. They've changed the rules up a little bit, and it looks like the field has gotten a lot closer. So I'm really interested to watch it this season. I remember I made a little presentation last year. I was like, pick your Formula One driver. But last season, again, ended up being one of those things where only the top team ended up winning. But I've been so excited for this season. I'm so ready.
Yeah. No, I'm not really a huge race car Formula One.
I'll keep bugging you about it, though. I'll keep telling you, like, oh, if you got some spare time, there's a race tomorrow. Tomorrow's the first race. If you watch the first race, you might be able to keep up with the season a little bit.
I haven't watched like any race car event. Like I don't know, like one thing that got me interested in things like that was like Cars 1 and Cars 2 coming out. Like those were the things that got me interested. But like,
see, that's what they got to figure out. They got to figure out how to grab like the casual fans a little bit more. Because Formula One, especially with racing, there's like a lot of things you need to understand how these things work. Like these are complex machines, and not everyone understands the rules really. You know. everyone maybe has like a Cars image of like racing or like you're hitting each other or something. Like these guys actually aren't supposed to touch at all. So
yeah. So and also it's like 500 laps too. Like,
oh no, you're thinking about like okay. A Formula One race, you're gonna sit down for a good 2 hours on a Sunday, but I love it. I mean, it's just something that I grew up with in my European family, but
yeah,
it's kind of tradition on a Sunday, just sitting down and watch the Formula One race.
Well, if there's no NBA games going out, I'll go on, sit down, watch the Formula One race.
Yeah, are you working tomorrow?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you when the race time is tomorrow. I'll message you about it.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, you can hit me up. Because there are some things that might be difficult to understand for a first-time viewer.
Okay. But that's pretty much what we have for the podcast. Hopefully next podcast, I'm praying that for next podcast that we have the full squad going on.
Yeah, we're just going to have to find a time that works for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's spring break. We could do it on a weekday, too. Like, it could totally work for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If no one's going on vacation, hopefully. But,
I'm going on vacation, but I'm still going to have my computer with me.
Okay. That'd be great. But that's pretty much we have it. If you guys watching from YouTube, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Spotify, follow us. Apple Podcasts, subscribe, give us 5 stars, share it to your friends and families. Instagram and TikTok, follow us there. That'd be nice. I think I posted something on Instagram about our new intro, but I need to post some more things, some more clips over our podcast. That's how we get more viewerships here. That's how we get more viewerships, in my opinion. So,
yeah, in my opinion, the best tool of that is like TikTok, because it'll just promote it to like random people's For You pages, or if it's a hot take, people are gonna talk about it.
I saw like the one where we posted you talking about Messi and Ronaldo. That one got a lot of views and a lot of likes on that one. A lot of people like that one too. Like a lot, and you have people in the comment section arguing about it, like, no.
Oh, that's dope. See, that's what I like. Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm trying to get. Like, I'm not really good with all this social media because, like, I'm trying. Like, I posted a TikTok yesterday. It didn't really go as well as
I thought it was funny. I actually laughed.
I know it was a good one, but like, I don't know how you promote yourself out there. Like, I don't know how people get on the For You page that easily. Because I can see you get the For You page like a couple times, like a lot of times when you post your TikToks. Like maybe because I follow you, but like, and I see people from school on the For You page. I'm like, why is my TikTok not going on the For You page? But
yeah, TikTok's a strange thing. Like, what they choose to promote and what they choose not to promote. Like, sometimes it's weird.
Yeah. Like we can. I won't get on to how. Like,
yeah, we're gonna delve into something else and just be completely sidetracked. So.
Yeah, but like hopefully I can get someone who can like help me out with promoting the stuff on social media better than what I can do right now. But follow us on TikTok and YouTube. I got next right there. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have for all today. You guys got anything else to say?
Nope, I'm gonna go watch that Formula One qualifying starting right now.
Okay, and see you guys next time. I'm outside in an AMG, right outside.